What up, everyone? So, as I'm sure you've noticed, we've already done a bunch of reviews and boxes this month. You're probably thinking we're almost done with the month of April because I'm already behind and we must be done almost. No, we're not even close to done. I have so many more boxes to do. I would normally just skip the review this month because I'm a little bit behind, but there's a bunch of boxes that showed up this month that are here for the very first time, so I don't want to skip a month that has first time boxes here. That being said, this time we have Comic Bento. This is something that's been kind of requested on my channel, this box specifically, but also just comic book boxes. Now that we don't have Comic Block anymore, it used to be just for comic books, now it is no longer for that, and from what I hear, they're probably going to stop doing that one. I don't blame them, so this one, and I think two other ones I have this month, are strictly comic books. So, let's take a look at this box and see what kind of books we got. And I've heard good things about this box. This has been recommended to me more than once on the channel. Pup wants to get in here. So, let's take a look. You want to come up here? There's so much tape on here. Alright. Do. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So. Oh. They all came kind of in one package together. That's cool. So it looks like we got some graphic novels here. So we'll go through these one by one and take a look at what we got. So it looks like it is actually sealed together, which is good, I guess. That keeps it somewhat protected. Good thing. Alright. And these books all look like they're in new condition. Start with one right off the top. So this one looks like Fantastic Four, and it says Season 1. Not sure what that means, but I'm assuming these books are in seasons, and this is a compilation of probably the first 4 issues, if I had to guess. I'll read the back and see what it is. Then it says with purchase free digital copy. So this isn't exclusive or anything like that, but I've always liked graphic novels. For just comic reading's sake, I don't like getting each individual comic and reading them. The only times I really do that is if they're rare, like signed or exclusive or something like that, if they hold some kind of value. But most comics don't. Most comics are just there. They are never going to increase in value, so I'd rather just get them in book form because it's easier to handle, it's easier to store, it's easier to display, all that stuff. So I always like graphic novels, and I like them like hardcover like this. So that's cool, and it's just easier than like pulling them out of like bags and boarded like situations. So it's just nicer to have like a book just like that. So I appreciate that. Next, looks like we got another graphic novel. This one is called The 4 Points. I have actually never heard of this before. So this looks like a series that I've never heard of. I don't recognize any of the artists either. Okay, I'll have to check that out. This is from Aspen Comics. So I know some of the artists that have been with Aspen Comics before. I haven't been up to date with them recently, but they put out some good stuff before, so I think it's worth checking out. That looks nice. Alright, next. This is the Book of Death. Another one that I've actually never heard of. I don't know if that's the name of the series or not, or just the name of this book. Looks like on the back there's more Book of Death books. This looks like it's from Valiant Comics. Not a super well-known comic distributor from what I know. I really don't know much about them, but that looks pretty cool. Another graphic novel, so I'll have to check that out as well. And the last one, book number 4. This one is called Surface Tension. So yet another book that I've not heard of and know nothing about. So I wish I could say more about it. I'll have to do more research. The good news is, it does actually come with a description card. So it looks like their thing here is trying to push new series and get people involved in new types of comics. Which is fine, I'm okay with that because they're giving graphic novels. If they were giving individual books, I wouldn't be okay with that as much because it's hard to get into a series by reading just one issue. If they give you a graphic novel, it's at least a compilation of a few issues to get you more involved in that specific series. So, although I haven't heard of 3 out of 4 of these, it won't be too hard to get the gist of it because 1, they have a description card, and 2, there will be more than one issue in that book. So, that looks like all of them in here. So like I said, this is strictly books, comic books, and graphic novels, obviously. So, that's everything in the box. So I'll take a little break and I'll read this card and read the descriptions, find out some information about it, get some values, so on and so forth, and then we'll give this box a review. See you soon. Alright, we are back. So let's talk about these books and give this box a value. First, I really like the description card they gave. Not only do they mention all the books, what those books are about, but they also mention why they picked those books. So the theme for this month was elemental, and it had to do with the 4 elements. Hence 4 books, Fantastic Four, 4 points, and each one of these books has to do with the elements in some way. For example, the Fantastic Four kind of does, like, they kind of represent the 4 elements if you think about it, like fire, earth, and then wind and water, kind of. But anyway, they actually go into detail why they picked those specific books, which, you know, it doesn't really seem like it would make a difference, but I actually really appreciate, because there's been so many times where I've seen items in a box where I wonder, like, why the hell did they put that in there? What does this have anything to do with the theme? And I probably would have wondered the same thing about this, but they actually described why they did. It really doesn't make much of a difference, but it's just comforting in a way to know why a company did what they did, and to know it's not just totally random. It just shows that they're putting thought into something and showing that they did actually think it out. They did pick these things for a reason. It's not just random crap in a box. So I really like that. They have a lot of information on there. As you can see, there's a huge description on every specific thing in there, which I actually really appreciate. Now, let's get into these books and talk about some value. First, the Fantastic Four Season 1. Something to mention about these values. I've mentioned this before, how I value books. I'm always going to value them with the price that's marked on the book. And here's why. Because if you were going to buy this new in the store, that's the price you'd have to pay. You'd have to pay the ticket price that's marked on the book. Now, just know that if you go online, you can always find them cheaper than that. But I don't like to value them that way, because I like to give the full market value, because there's nothing to stop anyone from reading a book, getting full enjoyment out of it, listing it online as new, and selling it at a discounted price. There's no real way to tell if a book's new or not, so it's very easy to get your use out of it, sell it to someone used, mark it as new, and it just repeat the process over and over again. This book can be sold endlessly. As long as no one damages it, they can just keep selling it as new, and everyone can make profit off of it. So, for that reason, that's why I like to give the full market value. I'll talk about the resale value, but the market value is what's more important, because again, that's what you'd be paying. And the price on this, it actually says in here, is $24.99, so $25 on this book. And you obviously know it's new because it's still in the shrink wrap. Now, the resale market on this book, not too far off from it. Obviously, you can tell if it's new with the shrink wrap, so the resale market on it is probably closer to 20. Having a shrink wrap on it makes it like for sure new, so that's a good thing about it. So resale markets on it is about 20, but the value on that book is 25. Then, our surface tension book. So they go into the story a little bit about this one. Someone winds up in the ocean, and it's kind of a mystery from what they kind of described it as, so I'll have to read more about it, but I don't think I'll get too much of the story from the first like few issues. But anyway, the price on this one was, where was it? Oh, this was $17 on here for this graphic novel. And the resale market on this is about $10, because this is where you have a situation where you can easily read this, not damage it, resell it, so that it is what it is. But $17 for that. Next, our Book of Death. So this also has to do with the elements. It was describing that people, the heroes in this book, can communicate with the elements. That's what they have to do with it, which seems very interesting. The marked price on here is $15, and the resale value is actually around $15 as well. As long as you keep it in good condition, you should have no problem getting around that price for it. But obviously, someone would need to look for this book, so it may be hard to sell some of these because they're not as popular franchises. But the resale market was right around the same price it was marked as. And it seems interesting. They described the story about it a little bit. It actually seems like a pretty interesting book, and I'm curious to read this one. So this one actually looks pretty cool. So I'll read that. And the last one, the 4 points. So this is about the 4 defenders of the earth, and they're actually battling the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, from what I understood from the description. And this, I didn't notice before, but this actually, the cover is a Comic Bento exclusive. So that's something I was going to mention that I didn't think they would have, honestly. Comic Block did that a lot, where they constantly had exclusive covers, and that's usually where they got their value from, because it was just comics. These are graphic novels, so they cost more, but it's cool that they got an exclusive cover, because, you know, I don't think I've ever seen that on a graphic novel, to be quite honest. It's usually much easier to print it on a comic, because they're just cheaper to make. I don't think I've ever seen an exclusive cover on a graphic novel. The only bad news about it is there's not much value to it. The price marked on this is $13, And although it's an exclusive cover, the resale market on it is right about the same, still about $13. So unfortunately, the exclusive cover didn't increase the value at all, but it's still cool to have. It's still good to know that they do have that kind of pull with companies, and they are like investing time and money into getting exclusive covers. So that's really cool about that, and that seems interesting as well. So I'm not sure if they do graphic novels every month. I would assume not, but I don't know for sure. So we'll have to see how that lands in the future. Anyway, with those prices, the actual posted prices on the books, the value on this box is $70, which is extremely high because this box is $25. It's a $20 box and then $5 shipping to ship within the U.S. And obviously they have the same deal. If you buy more months, you get cheaper boxes. Same with any company, but for everyone just getting one box is $25. So with that, March prices on the book, you're getting nearly triple your value. Now, let's play devil's advocate here and let's look at the resale market. So the resale prices of these books, say you hated all these books and you just wanted to get your money back, if you tried to list them and if you could sell them, if you found buyers, then you're probably going to get around $58. And then, again, that's general. Who knows if you could even sell some of these. But the resale market, from what I saw, total is going to be about $58. So even that price, even on the resale market, you're getting double your value, which I thought is pretty incredible. Now, the only thing about this is, obviously, I think people would like more popular series, but, you know, that's just like, I think some people would. I don't think it's for everyone. Obviously, this box isn't for everyone. This is probably more for comic readers, and it doesn't seem like it's for comic collectors. And usually those two separate what kind of comic box it is. This is obviously for readers because it's graphic novels. They're not collectible, they're not rare, they're not ever going to increase in value. Graphic novels pretty much never do, even with the exclusive covers, as we saw. But it's still cool, like now that you know what it is, you'll know that going into it. You're not going to expect rare issues, you're not going to expect to make money, you're just going to want to read comics and learn about new series. So if that's what you're interested in, then this is definitely the box for you. But you need to know that going into it so you don't expect something and get something different. Because at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to do here, show you what's in the box before you order from that company. Anyway, so with that all being said, I'm going to give this box a 7.5 out of 10. Now, because this is for a narrow market. This box isn't for everyone, but now that you know who it's for, that market of people know what you're going to get out of it. And if you are a comic reader and you are interested in it, I think you would be very happy because you got tremendous value here. You would not get, you wouldn't have even gotten half of the books paying $25 elsewhere. The Fantastic Four book alone is $25, which is the price of this box. So if you were going to go to the store and buy that new, you'd have to spend that anyway. So you really got tremendous value here, and it seems like a pretty good box. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I ordered multiple months on this or not. I'll have to go back and check. This might be the only one I got, but either way, it seems legit. So now that you guys know what's in it, I hope that helps you in your decision. So I know there are a lot of people that do just want comics to read every month. There's a big market for it, so everyone that was wondering about it, now you know. Anyway, this has been Comic Bento, 7.5 on the box. Let me know what you guys thought about it. See you in the next video. Love you all. Peace.